Okay, so just get straight to the point with the simplest of wording possible and do not waste your time. This video is about Blaire White, an alt-right hateful YouTube creator that has a channel that centers around hating on the trans community by generalizing us into stereotypes and misinformation. So to get straight to the point, Blaire White is a YouTuber that did blackface in the late 2010s, not that long ago, and only got away with it in the current time only because she lied about using only half the screenshot.
Post a blackface picture. This face mask specifically is from Boscia, or it's Boscia, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's this mask I used to wear all the time from Sephora. It didn't work, it broke me out. But it's just so ridiculous. And it's even more ridiculous that people have the nerve to misrepresent someone like that. Misrepresent someone like that.
I'm both and beyond.
I completely reject how non-binary people specifically have injected themselves into the trans label. I'm pansexual. There's a medical basis for that.
And did this to hate trans black individuals, two communities that are the most hated on earth, due to being the stereotype the exact same way, when blackface has always been seen as awful. So the 2010s is not an excuse, not even the early 2000s. Looking at you, Brandon Rogers fans. So she called trans people and black people criminals, and sex offenders are black people, politically incorrect idiots, quote unquote, despite statistically most trans people being minors and transitioning as minors, and most black individuals being intelligent and kind human beings the same way any person of any skin color is able to be. The term black excellence exists for a reason.
Black Lives Matter is trash. Fuck Black Lives Matter. They've accomplished nothing. To anyone who's going to defend them in the comments, again, please enlighten me on one thing that they've done to progress race relations, because all I see is a whole lot of fucking regression. All I'm seeing is stuff like this.
If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now.
We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable.
We are reasonable.
We are trying. We're gonna give you.
To just get straight to the point, just recently there were multiple cases of trans women and non-binary people being targeted for quote-unquote endangering children, despite the fact that most trans people being minors and those who are adults putting every effort possible into being a woman. Not because they want to hurt a child, but because they either are a child or just a woman who want to express themselves. Or herself, depending on their pronouns. Because trans women are women, trans girls are girls, since gender scientifically is a social construct built on many different levels of self-expression.
How's that word make you feel?
The word tranny? It doesn't make you feel really any type of way. You know, I say it a lot. And I feel like even if someone were to say it in like a negative way to me, it'd be more so funny. Just like a funny word to me.
Yeah.
But I think that the modern trans movement is all about policing language, and that's why I have such a big problem with it. And that's why I'm kind of known as like the black sheep trans person, where I'm always critiquing that shit, because it's crazy.
Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Not your hormones or chromosomes, since that is anatomy, not gender. This has been proven by scholars and doctors time and time again. Yet, Blaire White and other alt-right people continue to use the two gender stereotype, but will demonize trans kids so much that you dox them as an attempt to get children killed. Especially now that the FBI has new generalizations from content creators such as Blaire White to categorize our entire community as violent extremists for protesting peacefully, says 99% of protests from the LGBT+ people are peaceful. Well, you know what Blaire White called a couple of trans people being a shooter? She called it a quote-unquote trans issue, specifically using the word trans and issue to generalize the entire community under this violent sexual extremist umbrella. Blaire White is doing generalization after generalization, labeling us as jokes, unnatural, only two genders, extremists, terrorists, sexual predators, etc., when that is not true. There are more priests that have hard children than any sexual predator in the trans community, but do we label all priests as inherently jokes and mock on social media existing as a specific type of person, terrorists, or sexual predators, nearly as much as they say about trans people? No, that is not a single justification which killing or spreading misinformation, and hate towards an entire minority filled with mainly innocent kids or women that want to be women because they are women. Why do you think they have all those hormones and such. And why do you think they get a lot of surgery? Because they're women. Even cis women do that. So the fact that people are trying to harm trans women makes no sense. Especially since by the time they use all those hormones, they'll have the strength of a regular woman anyway, and they are regular women anyway because they are women. So this makes no sense. So that's it. If you believe that minorities don't deserve rights, you aren't smart, you aren't cute, you aren't even charming for any of this. Your behavior is as disgusting as a dog's pile of crap on the side of the road, if not worse, or the roach infested and revolting as Asmongold and is trying to justify child murder on Twitch's self. Discrimination is disgusting. Period. And if you want to know more about the situation, specifically, if you want to know about how being gay or lesbian in general is not actually a sin, and the only reason people think that is because of misinformation and, again, a mistranslation. If you need to know the truth, more of the truth, and nothing but the truth, go to the videos on my blog, aka my YouTube channel, to know more about the situation. So to get straight to the point, God bless you. Thank you.